The other thing that really impressed me about this book is that you have taken on, over the last many years since we've been together, a larger amount of notoriety out there in the world, and with it, a larger amount of attacks, critiques, bombs leveled at you. It's been fascinating to watch. And, you know, I remember being, like most people we know probably, awesome Howard Stern fans, and was amazed at the fact that somebody could be so popular on the radio and also be hated by so many people. And
Yes.
that to me was fearless, great, awesome, and at its time, unique for decades, that people would sort of not immediately crawl up and die the minute somebody leveled a complaint at a radio station. So it's fascinating to me to watch the amount of barbs, attacks, critiques, and assumptions that are made on you. And it seems like to me, and it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you think, but it seems like this has been like almost a new fuel for you over the last couple of years.
Well, yeah, maybe. My feeling is I start from the position that I'm a good person, and I'm sure Stalin and Hitler thought they were delights as well, so maybe that wasn't the right jumping off point. But what I'm saying is this. I've always said to people, I am not an asshole, so I can act like an asshole, because I've never hurt anybody. I don't have any ill will toward any group or any gender or any ethnicity or any religion. I really don't. So now I have free reign to say whatever I want. In my mind, it doesn't work that way in other people's minds. You know, like if I thought, I've said to people a million times, like they go, you know, you make a lot of off-color racist jokes and things like that. Are you racist? I go, if I were racist, do you think I'd make this many racist jokes? It's drawing attention to me, you know what I mean? Like, pedophiles don't hang out at the park in overcoats and go, hey, kiddies, want some candy? No, they volunteer to take the kids camping at the, up to Mount Pinos for the weekend, and then they get to work, I mean, meanwhile, they're wearing a cross and they're driving a Cherokee, and they look, they're talking about their wife of 21 years who they're madly devoted to. If you want to be an effective pedophile, that's how you do it, you know what I mean? I don't want to give tips, but I'm just saying, you become a assistant football coach and then you hit the showers. That's what you do. You don't tell everyone about it, make jokes about pedophilia. You know what I mean? You work the other way. And so I say to people all the time, look, if I were that guy, do you think I'd constantly be making jokes about it and talking about it? I'd be guarding it, and I'd be defensive about it, and I'd be self-conscious about it. The thing that I realized is people are going to say what they're going to say. I am not going to back down from the things I say because they're going to say it. They can't get me to feel a certain way about myself that I won't feel. And I've said this personally, and I've said this, I've said this in a micro way, and I've said this in a macro way. And so when people say, those things you said, pretty homophobic, racist, you must not like gays or blacks or whatever, it's like, you can't get me to feel that way. I know how I feel. I don't feel that way. And all those barbs aren't going to convince me. Like, it's not like at some point I'm going to sit down and just go, I guess you are a racist. I guess you do hate women. I guess you don't like gay people. Like, no, it's not true. It's impossible. It's never happened. It's not going to happen. I can make jokes. I'll never do anything to a woman, any ethnicity, any religion, anything. I'm not going to do it. And you can't convince me I did or I am. And so with that in mind, good luck. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. That's the way I feel. And by the way, has it slowed me down? I don't think so. I mean, they're not doing a very good job of doing whatever it is they're claiming to do. I've said it a million times. Go ahead, protest. Who? Do what? I own everything. It's It's my shops, my equipments, my microphones, my theaters and tour dates. You know, I'll do whatever I want. And I think there's a certain power in that, and I think it's part of the reason they don't really do anything, because there's nothing to do. You can't boycott me. I own the station. If everything is bullying, then sort of nothing is bullying, and I'd like to focus on real bullying, not putting fingers in the ears.